Games People Play. The Psychology of Human Relationships by Dr. Eric Berne is a classic work in the field of psychology that delves into the subtle, often unconscious social interactions people engage in daily, which Dr. Berne refers to as games. First published in 1964, the book popularized the concept of transactional analysis, a framework that analyzes the dynamics of social interactions by breaking down communication patterns and motivations behind them. Here's a detailed synopsis of the book, covering its main ideas and structure. Overview and core concepts. Dr. Berne's theory is based on the idea that human behavior in social settings often follows predictable patterns. These patterns, or games, are repetitive social interactions that people use to gain psychological advantages, albeit unconsciously. Berne argues that people learn these games in childhood and carry them into adulthood, which can influence both their personal and professional lives. At the heart of transactional analysis are three ego states that govern our behavior: the parent, adult, and child. Each ego state reflects a set of attitudes, feelings, and behaviors people use in response to different situations. Parent represents behaviors learned from authority figures, often critical, judgmental, or nurturing. Adult reflects rational, objective, and logical behavior, focusing on assessing reality and facts. Child contains emotions and behaviors rooted in childhood, including curiosity, rebellion, and dependency. Each interaction can be analyzed to see which ego state is at play, and through this lens, Berne examines how games emerge when transactions are misaligned or when people aren't acting authentically from their adult state. The structure of social games. The book classifies games into categories, each with its psychological underpinnings, purposes, and rewards. Here's a breakdown of some of the key types of games Berne discusses. Life games. These games have long-term, life-defining consequences and are generally rooted in childhood patterns. Examples include alcoholic. This game involves a person engaging in destructive drinking behavior, often supported by enablers who derive psychological satisfaction from helping or judging. Why don't you? Yes, but. A person presents a problem, and every solution is met with yes, but, thereby avoiding change while engaging others. Marital games. These games often play out between couples and center on control, blame, and dependency. If it weren't for you, one partner blames the other for their personal frustrations or lack of success, giving them a psychological excuse to avoid change. Frigid Woman. A game where one partner resists intimacy for various complex, often unconscious reasons, which leads to cycles of tension and alienation. Party games. These games commonly appear in social settings and highlight superficial or surface-level interactions. Ain't It Awful involves a group of people commiserating over negative events or trivial grievances, providing them with mutual validation and comfort. Schlemiel. A person behaves clumsily or irresponsibly, then apologizes profusely, forcing others into the role of forgiving them. Sexual games. These games arise from sexual and romantic dynamics and often highlight power imbalances or insecurities. Let's you and him fight. A person instigates conflict between two others, often for amusement or self-validation. Rapo. An individual flirts or seduces others but retreats before actual intimacy, seeking to bolster self-worth. Underworld games. These are typically antisocial or criminal behaviors that stem from deeply rooted issues and provide negative rewards, like attention or control. Cops and Robbers involves a bad guy and good guy dynamic, creating a situation where one gains sympathy or admiration for avoiding consequences or rebelling against rules. Good games. Unlike other games, these have positive social impacts and tend to be productive, allowing for genuine connections and growth. Happy to help. An individual derives satisfaction from genuinely assisting others, fostering positive relationships. I'm okay, you're okay. A constructive game where both parties see themselves and each other in a positive light, promoting healthy, reciprocal exchanges. Analyzing game dynamics. The Formula G. To understand why people play games, Berne introduces a formula called Formula G. Con plus gimmick equals response switch payoff. Each game has a con, or approach to attract a player, a gimmick that hooks the person, and the sequence that follows leads to a switch, where expectations are thwarted, resulting in the game's psychological payoff. This formula helps identify each game's underlying structure. Con, the bait or initial proposition to start the game. Gimmick, the unique angle that ensures the other party's involvement. Response, the reply that keeps the game going. Switch, the moment of reversal, where expectations shift, often creating conflict or surprise. Payoff, the outcome that fulfills the psychological need of the person initiating the game. The goals of game analysis. Berne emphasizes that games often hinder personal growth and prevent genuine intimacy. One of his main goals is to help people recognize and disrupt these patterns, encouraging them to embrace the adult ego state. By stepping into a rational, present-focused mindset, people can move beyond these repetitive cycles and engage in more authentic, constructive relationships. To support this, Berne discusses the concept of strokes, which are units of social recognition or acknowledgement that people exchange with one another. Positive strokes encourage constructive interactions, while negative strokes, though undesirable, still fulfill the human need for attention and connection. Recognizing the types of strokes exchanged in different interactions can be a helpful way to see the dynamics in play. Implications for relationships and self-understanding. The book's insights can be applied in various aspects of life, including therapy and counseling. Helping clients identify the games they play enables them to break free from unproductive patterns, fostering healthier relationships. Workplace dynamics. Recognizing games at work, such as Blemish or Harried, can improve team dynamics and reduce unnecessary conflict. Personal relationships. By being aware of marital and family games, individuals can seek genuine intimacy and fulfillment instead of falling into well-worn patterns of blame or passive aggression. Legacy and impact of the book. Dr. Berne's work made a significant impact in psychology, popularizing transactional analysis and helping people recognize the often hidden dynamics behind social interactions. Although some terms and concepts may feel dated, Games People Play remains a foundational text, widely read by both professionals and laypeople interested in improving their relationships and understanding themselves. Berne's ideas have been adapted and expanded in various fields, from psychology and psychotherapy to business and education, as transactional analysis continues to offer practical insights for improving communication and breaking free from unproductive social patterns.